Hello and welcome back to 10 Minutes USA. I'm Chuck. Let's get into it. Oh, in 1979, I remember being at the drive-in theater. Me, myself, and at least 8 or 10 friends, all guys, every Friday night, probably in 1978, 1979, we would go to the drive-in theater that was right on the border between Warwick, Rhode Island and Cranston, Rhode Island. It was called the Cranston Drive-In, and boy, we had some good times there. Usually, whatever movie was playing, halfway through, we'd be drinking beers all night, be drunk, or we'd be fighting or something, or shooting off fireworks in the back row. We were always back in the back row, this drive-in. But it was good times. Or we'd be walking up and down, seeing if we'd seen some of the girls we went to school with that were there, and talking to them, trying to put the moves on them. But, it's good times. I love the drive-in. But anyway, I remember this movie. Well, the only thing I remember was the chrome ball with the drill in it. And this is it. Phantasm. It was 1979. It had just come out. And we were there that Friday night. And, my buddy Dan, he would borrow his dad's 1972 Ford Country Squire wagon, big boat. And we'd pile in 8 or 10 guys in there, lawn chairs, a big Coleman cooler full of beer, probably some pot. We were smoking dope and stuff back there. That's what we did then. And it was $5, $5 a carload. And we'd always go in the back, and that's where the troublemakers usually were. And on one side would be the guys from Warwick, and they were known as the rockers or the burnouts. And then on the other side usually was the Guidos. Those are the guys from Cranston. Usually had slicked hair. They were into disco. We were into rock and roll. And almost every Friday night there'd be a fight would break out back there somewhere. Nothing serious, no guns, no knives, just some yelling and screaming and maybe some fist fights and scuffles. But we were all drinking beers, having a good time, smoking weed, and trying to sometimes watching the movie. The other movie I'd never seen that when it came out was Aliens. I remember was there, and I remember parts of it. Years later, I rented it and watched it on the VCR. But it was great times. I wish drive-ins would come back. We had, I remember even when I was a young boy, my father, he loved, he'd take the whole family. It was, $5, sometimes it was $3 a carload. You put your whole family in the car, go to the drive-in, watch a good movie, Disney movie, whatever come out. I'm pretty sure when Mary Poppins and some of the other big Disney movies came out, me and my sister in the back seat, mother and father in the front, we'd watch it in the car. And then, there was intermission, and some of the drive-ins up near like the Cranston Drive-In, they had like a playground with even a merry-go-round up there right under the screen, near the screen in the front. And during intermission between the shows, because usually you watch 2 movies, they'd open that up and they'd have the merry-go-round going, and they'd have some other stuff the kids could do, like a regular playground. Or you could go to the concession stand, get a hot dog or whatever. But it was good times. It was cheap. It was good fun. Now, the one we used to go to, the Cranston Drive-In, it is now back in the mid-'80s, I think, earlier mid-'80s. Somebody bought the property, and it's now a shopping center. But I don't know for how long. It was probably since the 50s up until the 80s. It was a drive-in theater. I know there's some still around in the country, but nothing like there used to be, because a lot of them were prime real estate and were bought out and developed for other things, because the drive-in takes up a pretty good sized piece of land. But I think they made money at it. back in the day, but I think it's a concept that it could come back. I think it could make a comeback. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you went to the drive-in, years ago, because they were everywhere. They were all over the place. That was the last one I remember that was close to where I lived. But like I said, we had a lot of good times at that drive-in. It was every Friday night, unless it was raining or it was middle of winter, snowing. No, we didn't go. But like I said, I finally just finished watching this movie. 45 years ago this came out, and I just sat and watched the thing start to finish, because the only thing I remember, like I said, when I was drunk off my ass at the drive-in in 1979, when this was a new release in the theaters, was that chrome ball going into the guy's head, and then the drill coming out and drilling into his forehead, and that was about it. I don't remember anything else. Like I said, we were either cruising around looking for girls during the drive-in, which was pretty common, or just goofing off, or fighting the Guidos on the other side of on the back row in the theater. I mean, not the theater, but the drive-in. But good times, man. I think if drive-ins, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't make a comeback. I mean, everybody now is doing their personal. This is back when everybody got together and did things together. Now society is like split. Everybody's just like separated. Look what happened during this COVID scam. They just had everybody locked down, separated, and that you couldn't. They didn't want you talking to anybody, doing anything, going anywhere, doing anything. Because these demons that run the world right now, that's their goal. Divide, separate, and conquer, and rule over all of us. I keep saying it, but people just don't get it. That's how it works. Years ago, people used to get together. Families used to get together. Some still do, but not like they used to. People used to get together, like I said, at the drive-in, and it was good times. People used to get together, go to city parks, state parks. The city parks and state parks are still there in certain states, but back, I remember when I was a teenager up and through to my early 20s, we used to go to a state park in Rhode Island every Sunday. I mean, the place would be packed. It was the hangout. Last time I went there was probably about 10 years ago. I was back visiting, and I said, let's go to the park. I want to check it out. And it was on the weekend, and it was like a ghost town. I mean, the park looked the same there, but it was hard. There was nobody there. And down at the end of the park, where the road ends, there's a beach. And there was a few people there at the beach, but nothing like it used to be. I don't know. It just there's two big state parks in the state of Rhode Island: Roger Williams Park and Guarded Park. And we used to go to Guarded Park on Sunday, and that was, like I said, that was a hangout. It was cookouts and parties, and and guys would cruise their cars and motorcycles up and down. It was a big thing. Drinking beers, smoking some weed, having a good old time. And now, nothing. Young people, they're in their house playing video games, I guess. That's what they want to do. They don't get out. But that's what these demons that run everything want. They want everybody to be separated. They don't want you talking and thinking out things and figuring out, hey, we're all getting screwed over by this system. It's sad. But we need to get away from we need to get together with people and have good times again. Maybe, like I said, I'm just an old fart reminiscing, but that's the way it was. Like I said, the drive-in was great times. I mean, yeah, we used to get in fights once in a while with them other guys from the other, in the other town, but it was all fun. Nobody got stabbed or shot or anything. It was just mostly yelling at each other and flipping each other off or something crazy. But anyway, see you in the next one.